Hi everyone, today I want to talk about overwatering African violets. When we overwater our African violets, first we have to know how to recognize the signs of overwatering so we can solve the problem on time and avoid the plant death. Let's say you watered your violets and next day you see the leaves, especially the lower leaves, are wilting and floppy. That time you immediately have to take your violet and check it thoroughly. You have to see if the stem is decaying or not. This violet I overwatered 2 weeks ago. And as you see, this violet is still living, but it's not looking nice. It's not beautiful now. These leaves, they don't have sign of life, but still they are alive, but they are not active now. How we check the stem of the violet after overwatering? You have to open between leaves and check it if it is decaying or not. If the stem is decaying or not. It has to rot. If the rot spread all over the violet, it means that this violet will not live. But in this case, all the leaves are okay and there is no sign of rotting. Even under the leaves, there is no sign of rotting. The violet is dry, but something is happened with roots. I will show you other examples. For example, with this violet, what happened? The rot, it went all over the plant, and you see here the plant is dead. In this case, what we have to do? Immediately we have to take the leaves from the healthy part. We have to cut like this, and we have to plant. We can propagate them from the leaf. I showed this in my previous videos. I'm not gonna stop how to plant these violet leaves. And here we have the different story. In this case, we have rot roots, but the top of the violet is still live, and in this case we can cut the bottom and plant it. In this case we cannot put it in water. I want to show how I put them in water too, but in this case what we do, we take, now it's a little bit late, but early you can do it. You take knife and you cut the dead part until the live tissue comes green. It has to look green. We have still here decaying part, and we have to cut this part. And this violet I cannot save, but if I tried early, I could save. Even this much I can save, but it's late here now. But this part I can plant still if I wanna save this plant. I will show you if you want. If you sow this on time and you see that only root part is decayed, what you can do, you can clean the root part until the green, you see the healthy part comes. You take out all the dead part like this, and you will plant in sphagnum moss. This kind of small violet babies we cannot put in water. They will die in water. But You see here I have two wild babies. I overwatered them and they started decaying. What I did, I cut, here I will show you, I cut the violet stem, I cut the roots, how I showed now, and put in this sphagnum moss, and you see it grow roots here. And this you see it's still, the leaves are still together, joined, and they are not separated as in this case. But this part we still can save. From here it will grow. I was a little bit late with this violet. And here I will show you this violet too. I rooted this violet in sphagnum moss. It's the same picture. You see it has very strong roots now, thick roots. And now we can plant this violet in the potting soil. It has very strong roots. It's wide and long now. These white things are roots. They root very well in the sphagnum moss. If the plant is totally dead, like this, you can take the leaves and plant and propagate it from the leaf. This is the first case, and this is the second case where you can still save. If you act immediately, you can save your violet, but you have to know the first signs of overwatering. And here in this case I don't have any root rot, any rotten leaves, but they are wilting. As you see, they are not active. What we can do in this case, let's move this here. In this case we have two options. We can clean these lower leaves. I will show you how to do it. We'll remove our violet from the pot and check the roots. I see the roots are still alive, but they suffered from overwatering. In this case, we have to clean the root and remove these lower leaves. Anyway, we don't need these leaves now. We remove the leaves until the strong leaves. We take out all these wilting leaves. All of them. And we can propagate these leaves if we want. They will easily grow and give babies. From this kind of wilting leaves, usually babies grow faster. I will show you. I had this kind of case before. And you see a couple leaves we can remove from here, and this leaf, and this leaf, and all these flowers, because we want to help this plant. We will give it second life, second chance of life. You see how much is left, and still I can remove some, this leaf, and this one I can take it out. And what I can do here, I have two options. This one, how I plant it, I overwatered this violet also, and I didn't cut the root part. I just cleaned, I took knife and I cleaned the stem. I scratch it like this, how we clean the carrot with a knife. We have to peel here. We take the dead part of the leaves, and from this place new roots will grow. And let's see the root. They're still alive. You see, they are white. If they are dead, they will look brown. And here I can say I can leave these roots and remove some of them. They're alive. If they're dead, they will easily come out. You know, when you pull them, you can easily cut the roots. But here they're alive, and I wanna leave this root. And how I will plant this violet? I washed my pot and I put wick in my pot, because I'm planning to water it by week. And I'm taking potting soil and make hole in here, and I will place my violet in the center, and I will see if it's sitting in the pot, or I have to push it down, or I have to take it up. I have to see. Now I hold with my finger like this, and I put some potting soil around the stem. I tap it a little bit. And I cover until the leaves start. Here my first leaves start, and I have to put soil till here. I don't wanna plant it deep, because if I plant deep, these leaves will decay. That's why we have to put soil until the leaves. and I firm it a little bit. I don't press, but I have to fix it. I don't want my violet to move from side to side when I take my pot. As you see now, it's moving, and I have to firm it a little bit from the center, and now it's not moving. And what I do now, I put some water in here. I take my water and put this much water, and I place my pot in this water, and this soil will get moist, and it will take the water how much it wants. I don't wanna water it from top, because if you water your violet from top, the soil, it will be compacted and it's not good for violets. Most of the time I water my violets from the bottom, and this week I forget to hide. I have to put in the soil like this and cover it. I can put some potting soil. I'm not using violet soil. I don't like African violet soil, which they sell in the stores. This soil I made myself. I mixed everything together and I made the soil which I like. And it will sit here until I will show you the other violets. And after it will take this water, I will put it in this kind of container, and it will drink from this water. Now this violet took water as much as it needs. The soil is moist now, and now I will place it in this cup. I put water, rainwater. It's warm little bit, room temperature, and I place it in this cup. You can use anything for this, even this kind of salad containers, everything, anything you have. And what I do, I put here rainwater. I didn't add anything, any fertilizer in this water. It's just clear water. And after a week, I will add some fertilizer here. I mix fertilizer and I take this water out and I put water with the fertilizer, like in this case. Here I put water with fertilizer, and this violet, they get food all the time, and they are strong. And these violets, I will show you how to place in the sphagnum moss. This violet, which I cut, I just placed it like this in the sphagnum moss, and it will root like this once. And we place in the plastic bag like so. Even these roots we can plant in the sphagnum moss, or we can plant like this, how I showed in my previous videos. These roots, these leaves, they rooted already. They started growing roots. This one I cannot pull it out. If I want to pull it, it is coming with the sphagnum moss, as you see. And that's it. With this wild I did the same thing. This was decaying violet, and its roots were still safe, good, and I cleaned, as I cleaned this violet, the stem I cleaned and I put it here. With this violet, what I did, its roots were decaying, all gone. It was brown and mushy. It was not looking good. And I cut, as I showed you with this violet, I cut it and I placed it in this cup. I will show you what I did. I took foam and I cut the circle and I made hole in the center and I placed my violet in this foam. This is dead leaf, we can remove it. And this small leaves, it grew in this water. These 4 leaves. It didn't have this much leaves. Now this is new leaf, and these 4 leaves are new too. You see how healthy roots it has now? It's ready to be planted in the pot. It has very thick and healthy roots. You see the roots? I can plant it now. You see the even roots, they grow through the foam. Why I like this method? Because you put in a cup water and you place the violet in this water. As much as water goes down, the violet goes with the water down. It never stays without the water. It never gets dry. And when you see you have to add water, you add. And how you do? You take this kind of foam, you put your cup and you put on top of the foam and you cut the circle like this. You see the circle, and you take what's extra and we make hole in the center. Like this. We put water in the cup and I will show you how to put this kind of violet in the water. Let's show other violets, what happened with them. These are violet babies, and you see I overwatered them too, and how the lower leaves look, they decayed, but the stem is still live. You see, nothing happened to the stem. And what we do, we have to remove this dead leaf carefully. And I will show you something. When you cut this leaf, you will see it's too much water in the leaf. It's watery. It's a sign of overwatering. And what we do in this case, this, if if your violet is in this kind of very bad situation, it's better to put it in the sphagnum moss, not in the water, because in the water it will die. Or you can put this in the water, you remove it. It would die if you put with the root. If you wanna put in the water, you have to cut these roots. It was my mistake before I did this, and I saw that the roots were still healthy, this kind of roots it had, and I thought that I can put with the root, and I cleaned the stem like this with a knife, all the dead part from the sides of the leaf, the small pieces of the leaf. I cleaned everything like so. See how I'm doing it? I am peeling it like I'm cleaning the carrot. And I put it in water with a root. I thought, let me leave this root and it can grow new roots from here. But I did mistake, because when you leave these roots will decay in the water and it will go up. And it's better, in this case, it's better to cut the roots. And all the dead leaves you have to take out, and these leaves too, and this leaf I can leave. And you see, it's clean. And I have to wash it first. Let me wash. You see, I didn't touch the upper leaves, these central leaves. No water here. I washed only the stem, and I place it in this foam like so, and this part will touch the water. I put it like this in the foam, in the cup, and I leave it until it will root. And after a week I will see the roots. The roots will start growing, like in this case. I never changed this water since I put this violet in this water. Whenever I need to add, I add water. The water is green now, but it's home. And these leaves we can propagate. I propagated from this kind of wilting leaves 100 times, and I had only success. And in this case, I will show you. I propagated from this kind of leaves, wilting leaves, and from I planted here 5 leaves, and from each violet leaf I have babies. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and the 4 leaves they died, and only this leaf still living. You see? And I will show you something, how you can see how to see the difference between the healthy violet and sick violet. This is sick, and from the leaves you see that it's not shining. The leaves are not strong. And here I will show you the healthy violet baby. This is very healthy, And if I compare two violets, you will see the difference. See? This is very healthy violet baby. And here I planted this baby. I separated from the mom leaf and placed in here, and I am watering by week watering. You see how it's growing healthy. And you see the difference between the healthy violet baby and the sick one. Here is another baby. I put in this container. I am watering like this. And this is very healthy. And these violets, you see, they are younger than these ones. These ones I propagated last year, and you see the difference between these two violet babies. Sometimes violet babies grow fast, and sometimes they don't want to grow, and they get sick always. Even from the watering, you can easily kill them. And this violet baby, you will not say that this is baby, but this is baby violet. These violets I overwatered 3 weeks or 2 weeks ago, and this violet, it started growing new leaves. And you see the lower leaf, it's a sign of overwatering. Sometimes they come to themselves very fast and they continue growing. Sometimes they stay like this and they don't move, even though it started growing new leaves too, but the rest of the leaves are wilting and they are floppy, and I don't like this. It's better to cut the root and reroot again. It will grow faster if we do this. If we leave, we have to wait forever until it grows and until it gets healthy. Maybe it will not get healthy never. But if you cut the root and put in water like this, or you plant like this, 2 methods, if you use these 2 methods, it will grow faster than you leave them and you wait until they grow new roots, new leaves, and they become healthy. This one is becoming healthy also. You see? The lower leaves, they died. I have to remove these leaves. And I can do the same thing what I did with this violet here. All of them are not healthy violet babies. You see how the healthy ones look like. And what I want to tell you, these flowers we can put in vase, small vase, and enjoy looking at them. These leaves we can propagate again, or if we don't need, we can throw away if we don't need them. And anyway, it's better to propagate violet leaves before it happens something with your mother violet. I always try to propagate each kind of violet. I put their leaves to propagate, and I have from each violet 3 or 4 copies. I do it all the time because I know that it's very easy to kill the violet if you are not careful. And next time I will talk about how you can overwater your violet. Overwatering, it's not that we think. It can happen in some moments, and you have to know that moments when you can easily overwater your violet, even though you put the same amount of water every time, and sometimes you can overwater your violet. And when it can happen, I will make another video. Please follow my videos, and if you didn't subscribe my channel, subscribe my channel for more interesting videos with violets, with orchids and Hoyas even. I have different flowers, and I can answer your questions if you ask, if you don't know how to deal with that plant. Okay, thank you for watching. Please subscribe if you didn't subscribe yet. Bye.